Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your questions. Frank LeBoeuf is with us, as is Craig Burley. I enjoyed today's show. I don't know if anybody else did, but it was good to talk about what was going on the pitch, wasn't it? Like the African Cup of Nations, lots to talk about. Barcelona, lots to talk about. We're not speculating about managers or futures. It was cool. I liked it.
Well, there was, obviously.
Well done, me.
I've enjoyed today's show. It's all about me.
But you know what I mean? Wasn't it nice today to talk about?
The Barcelona game was just an amazing game that obviously lost to Real Sociedad. But it was. There was so many decisions in that game. There was offside goals, offside penalties, crossbars being hit. It was end to end, and then it was the sort of controversy of the AFCON.
Yes.
And all that went on.
And the penalty and just
the story around it. And because let's be honest, if we didn't have that. We had Wolves 0, Newcastle 0, yes. And Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. We were absolutely screwed.
We've had to show Frank's highlights from Dancing with the Stars, which of course was short enough anyway. Right, Frank, how are you?
I don't even. Have you seen it? I don't even answer anymore because I gave up. I gave up with that guy. Even touch when I'm not there, saying that people are going to be happy or not to see me, whatever.
I've got to be nicer, Frank. I asked him for 4 tickets for a match. When's that, in March?
So that's all right. Don't worry. I don't expect anything from you.
Yeah.
A match?
Brazil are playing France at Gillette. And the family want to go. It's a lot of money. So I thought Frank.
And what's he got?
Well, because he won the World Cup with France. Surely he's got someone he can call and say, look.
No, because he's burnt all his bridges.
How did he pay? He's not you.
All right, fair enough.
Do you think if you rang Celtic for some tickets?
Celtic's not a national team.
So?
I wouldn't ring Celtic. I wouldn't ring Chelsea.
No.
I wouldn't ring Derby.
Would you ring Scotland?
What, is there one big phone in Scotland? You just ring the whole country?
If Scotland were playing Brazil, I'd say, Craig, do you mind can you make a call for me to get some tickets?
Well, I'll tell you the answer. It's got 2 letters.
No,
I would not call. I wouldn't call. That's not.
You would for me.
No,
yes,
for nobody. I wouldn't do it for me.
Yes, you would.
No, who do you ring?
I don't know. The
helpline. Tickets to Scotland, please.
You played with Steve Clarke.
The good thing is the good thing is, Craig, the good thing is it's going to be Brazil-France, correct? In Boston?
Yes.
Friendly game?
Exactly.
Correct. So everybody knows that Dan's wife is Brazilian.
Yeah.
So she's going to be in the middle of the French fan, So she's going to have a very nice experience to how to behave in the middle of French people, when you are losing a game.
Right, well, there we go.
It's going to be very interesting.
How many tickets can you get out of interest?
It's right to Frank. By the way, Craig has got red fingers. Do you want to explain your red fingers? I'm not sure. I'm sure we can get
So what happened?
Yeah.
Welcome.
There you go, yeah. Why do you have red fingers, Craig?
Well, I didn't have the red fingers at the start of the show.
Right.
I didn't have them before the Barcelona match, but after half-time of the Barcelona match...
Yeah. You had a bag of Cheetos Hot Spice, yeah?
And a bag of flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah, and lovely. Look at those.
No!
Oh, don't do
Can you imagine your stomach right now? Can you imagine your stomach? That must be horrible.
Oh, right, I've washed my hands, everything. Right,
so we've mentioned Red Hot Cheetos and tickets for the Gillette game. Anything else we want to endorse?
Is there any other companies that we're not allowed to
Right, that's a lot of nonsense. People are getting angry. Craig, how many matches would Carrick need to win before he's awarded a full term as Manchester United coach? Now we're back on this.
Dear heavens, is one game. For God's sake. I don't know. They've had this issue before. They had Solskjaer in there and things were all pretty hunky-dory for a bit and they rushed off and went, this isn't too bad, gave him this big contract and then sacked him because it all went wrong. So I don't know. I suppose if it's an incredible run they go on and they might be forced into giving it, and I think as Mark Ogden and a few others have said, it's going to be a cheap option for them and an available option. So it could happen. I don't know what the answer is to where that line is until...
If they're beaten by Arsenal next week, is that the end of that conversation? Is it that simple?
No.
No,
because if they get beaten by Arsenal next week, they'll be expected to get beat. But if they finish and say 3rd position in the league or whatever, they don't lose many games and things are looking better and playing better like they were yesterday, then I think there's a chance. But I think it would be foolish of Man United not to do their due diligence about exactly all the people out there that they may get that are potentially better than Michael Carrick. But this club, who the hell knows what they're going to do.
Frank, do you have a thought on this, you beautiful man?
Yes, thank you very much. Beautiful, maybe too much, but that's all right. I think if Manchester United plays the way they played against Manchester City yesterday and win the next 10 games and smash everybody, I think after 10 games, the board's going to say, okay, we have the man, we have to sign him because he changed a horrible team to the Manchester United we used to have. So, yes, after maybe 7, 8, and 10 games, they're going to sign him if he keeps on winning and playing the way they have played yesterday.
Craig, Real Sociedad are unbeaten since Materazzo took over. Is there a chance he can get them into Europe? They're currently 8 points behind.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Keep playing like that.
Simple answer.
Yep.
Yes.
Craig, thoughts on Unai Emery's comments after the loss to Everton that they are not top 5 contenders?
No, I think that's wrong. I think he's just cut a frustrated figure today. He's got injuries and suspensions, and they were a bit wafer thin in terms of the squad. But their first 11 was really good. He just did not play well today. And I think there was a chance, don't forget, after City losing and Arsenal, they're not in the conversation, but with City losing, they could have went second today.
Yeah.
Which I don't think was going to put them in a title race, if I'm being honest with you. But it certainly would have been a much better look than losing to Everton at home. And I think I think his comments, and I may be wrong, from the little snippets I've seen, are more at the club's ability to spend rather than the club's willingness to spend. I don't think it's a pop at the club. I think it's a pop at the system with all the profit and sustainability and the ability of other clubs to go out and spend a fortune, and Villa's seemingly lack of ability to go and do that. I don't think that Villa wouldn't back him. I don't think that's the issue at all. I think it's the issue is, and we saw it from sort of Newcastle and one or two others in the summer, they didn't want to sell Elliot Anderson to Nottingham Forest, and we know he's now probably going to be he's probably going to be a starter for England in the midfield. That's how good he's been. They didn't want to sell him, but I think again they were forced, because he was homegrown talent, to take that pure profit because of these rules. So it seems to be affecting other clubs more than, how should I say it, some of the big boys.
Frank, would Lens winning Ligue 1 be equivalent to Leicester winning the Premier League?
No.
Okay.
No, because Lens won already in '98, and with the player that they have a very good team, and they're not the best teams like Paris Saint-Germain, Marseille, Lyon, or Monaco, but they're just behind. And we know with the spirit that they have, the northern spirit that they have, it's like a little bit Newcastle, let's say. Yeah, it's a bit like Newcastle comparing in the Premier League. So it would be a surprise,
right? And
it would be a very nice surprise for the Lens fan, but not as big as what Leicester has achieved some times ago. No. Lens is a very, very good team and expecting to do well this season.
Paris Saint-Germain went out of the cup to Paris last week, didn't they?
Sorry, Paris are second, right? Now, so is that your question? I didn't hear what you said.
Forget it.
No,
Paris,
come on.
PSG went out of the Coupe de whatever it was to Paris last week, right?
Yes, I don't know. I don't follow the League One, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Craig.
Hold on, I'm asking him. He's told me he doesn't know.
Well, he clearly doesn't know.
I don't know.
PSG.
I don't know because we just.
PSG got knocked out of the cup last week.
Oh yes, they got knocked out of the cup. Sorry. So yes. Yeah. Sorry. Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah, but your Scottish accent is very hard to understand you. You know what I mean?
Yes. I completely understand you.
Just got out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just remember Frank is speaking
you.
his second language, so don't be rude to him.
Huh?
Craig.
What?
Yeah.
Don't be rude to Frank.
No,
I've been rude to Frank.
I'll be nice to Frank.
For 20 years now.
He's a lovely man. He's an actor.
That's not what you say about him when he's not here.
He won the World Cup single-handedly. It was impressive.
What are you trying to do? You Dan Thomas, right now?
You can tell. By the way, you can tell he's made a full recovery. He's chirpy.
Shut up.
Oh yeah.
Craig.
He's at his best.
Yeah.
He's really at his best. Yeah.
Eddie Howe has often escaped criticism this season, even when Newcastle have underperformed.
Why do people keep showing pictures? Here's a question for you.
Right, what are people showing pictures of?
Right, here's a question for you. Here's the thing.
Right.
My wife went out for lunch on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Stevie's wife.
Right, okay.
And they were sitting looking at pictures
Yes.
of your liver. What's the World Cup? I'm being serious. What's the I mean?
And they went. Hold on. They went for lunch, and what did they order?
Wow, yeah.
Well, not liver, chopped liver.
Well, what a lovely, what a lovely conversation. I bet they were going, well, I bet Burley's is like this.
Well, no, she said to me today, she says, I saw Dan's liver the other day. I went, what kind of things that?
Just walking past.
I was like,
Hi.
I know you were showing pictures. I didn't look.
No,
I don't want
to look.
No, I'm a bit squeamish like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
No.
But Friday, lunchtime.
Yeah.
That was a picture of the new one or the old one?
Yeah, which one was it?
I don't know, I walked out the room at that point.
Okay, right.
The old one, I think.
All right. Right, that's just threw me completely. For Craig, Eddie Howe has off. My new one is actually in the mid of the surgery. So while they're doing the surgery, you've got my torso is completely open, and you can see the new one inside. It's weird. It's like freaky to see. But anyway.
Yeah, and that's his best. That's his best side.
Okay, sorry. For Craig, Eddie Howe has often escaped criticism this season, even when Newcastle have underperformed. Surely this is the time to question Howe after a result at Wolves.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of questions for Eddie Howe. Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt, but I don't think there's any coincidence, and it's not an excuse, that the last time they were in the Champions League, they struggled. Mm-hmm. And then they were out of the Champions League and they were better, as they were the season before. They're back in it this year.
They haven't played a Champions League game for a month. How does that affect you against Wolves today?
I'm giving you a correlation.
I just feel you give him a pass because he's British. Like, I think
he's English and I don't like English people.
Right.
Well, that's a lie. I lived most of my life in England.
Okay.
I don't like you.
Right, that's fair enough.
No, I do think, I don't know what the scenario is at Newcastle, what they're, I don't know with these clubs, when you sit in the boardroom and say, that's the goal, and that's the ceiling where we should be. And if we get above it, that's a good season. If we fall below it, then that's not good enough. I honestly don't know what the Saudi Arabian ownership of Newcastle, I don't know what the goals are set for Eddie Howe, but that's certainly not a good result today.
No.
That goes without saying.
Final question, do you get to avoid shoveling, Daniel? No, I don't. I am back on shoveling duty.
Right, here's the deal.
No sympathy.
This is where you're in your Stevie mode.
Why?
Pay somebody.
Oh, yeah, but I haven't got much land. I'm not like you. I don't live in a sprawling acreage all around with a big long drive and through the gates.
Well, my guy came yesterday, ploughed it.
Yes.
And then the snow kept coming down.
Right.
So I had to come back and
What's the point of this story?
I don't want it to be double bubble.
Right, well, it's going to be a double. You would be fine. You just told me to pay for it, now you're complaining.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay for it twice.
Well, you're
wait till the snow's finished. That's a sensible thing to do,
yes.
and then plough it.
Yeah, but I've only got a little bit, haven't I, to do. That's fine. It doesn't take long. That's it. Frank, what's your week like? What have you got ahead? Are you acting around?
Yes, I was on stage in front of my mother and my brothers yesterday, and next Friday, Saturday and Sunday, again, I'm going to be on stage. We have a big tour, and it's very nice because it works very well, and we have fun.
Fantastic. I bet you were brilliant. I bet you were the star of the show, Frank. Thank you so much. Well done.
Top notch, as always.
Yeah, obviously 5 stars.
Is your mother more proud of your acting career or your football career?
Neither.
Let's say that she's more surprised to see me on stage, but she enjoys. Yesterday, she was very proud of me. She told me, so I just accepted the message.
Very nice, Frank. Thoroughly deserved. ESPN FC returns to your screen.
Day off tomorrow, lad.
Yeah, I've got day off.
Mikel Arteta's work at Arsenal is being viewed in an even brighter light after the recent coaching shakeups elsewhere. With Chelsea parting ways with Enzo Maresca and Manchester United moving on from Ruben Amorim, the contrast is hard to miss. Arsenal has kept moving forward under Arteta, giving him time through difficult stretches, and now seeing the payoff as the club pushes again in the Premier League title race. It also raises a bigger question about strategy. While Chelsea and United are changing direction again, Arteta has been in place for more than 6 years, outlasting a long list of managers across those two clubs in that span. That stability has become part of the story, and it was a major talking point on the Seeing Red podcast with Tom Canton and John Cross. Beyond reacting to Amorim's dismissal and breaking down wins over Aston Villa and Bournemouth, plus Manchester City's loss to Chelsea, the conversation kept returning to one core idea: structure. Not just who is the coach, but how much power that coach has, and whether the club is built to support a long-term project. Cross pointed to Arsenal as a rare example of patience turning into real strength. He argued that Arsenal's willingness to back Arteta through the messy early phases helped create the stable position they're in now, and that this kind of time and support investment is what can turn a club into something truly solid. Canton's response was sharp and honest. Arteta's arc, he said, has almost become a problem for other clubs. because it tempts them to keep coaches they probably shouldn't. But at the same time, it's still the best example of what can happen when you hire the right person and actually give them time. And that time wasn't smooth. The discussion highlighted how Arsenal could easily have pulled the plug early. 2 8th-place finishes, then 5th, missing out on the Champions League, and a Europa League semi-final exit to Unai Emery's Villarreal. Any of those moments could have pushed a club into panic mode. Instead, the argument is that Arsenal recognized the bigger reality. Arteta didn't have the resources to compete at the required level right away. The squad needed a rebuild. The roster needed to be refreshed. That's where the comparison to Chelsea and United becomes even more pointed. The podcast suggested that recruitment and decision-making structure are often what determine whether a coach survives. If signings don't land, results suffer. And if a coach doesn't have enough influence, or the club isn't aligned behind a clear plan, it becomes much easier for things to collapse. In other words, giving time only works if the coach is empowered to shape the team in a way that matches the vision. Cross also emphasized that Arteta's situation stood out because he pushed to be a true manager, not just a head coach. The idea is simple. Top coaches want a real say in the build, and they want the club to match what they were promised when they took the job. The discussion even pointed to how Arteta survived a low moment, like the home loss to Burnley, because the club stayed behind him. And in that period, with fan pressure affected by the COVID-era environment, Arsenal were able to hold their nerve instead of reacting emotionally. Meanwhile, the big unknowns now shift back to Chelsea and Manchester United. Who replaces Amorim? And how will the next chapter look at Chelsea? The answers may come sooner than people expect. But for Arsenal, the reality stays the same. They're stable, they're moving forward, and they're still in the title chase, while others are starting over again. And that contrast can shape how people judge every manager in the league. Because when two massive clubs hit the reset button again, it forces the same question Cross raised on the show. Is the quick switch actually fixing the problem, or just delaying the real work? The bigger takeaway from the discussion is that time isn't a magic solution by itself. It only becomes valuable when the club's structure supports the plan. And when the coach has the influence to push the squad in the direction he believes it needs to go. That's why the distinction between head coach and manager kept coming up. The podcast point is that if a coach is expected to own the results, he usually wants a meaningful say in the decisions that shape those results. And if he doesn't get that, patience alone won't save him. That's also where Arteta's early struggles get reframed. Those finishes and setbacks could have become a reason to panic. Instead, they became evidence of why alignment matters, because Arsenal chose to treat them as part of a build, not a final verdict. And once the squad was reshaped the way the club believed it needed to be, the results started to reflect that long-term approach. So the repercussions aren't just about Arsenal looking stable, it's about how stability changes your margin for error. When you don't reset every year, you're not constantly starting from zero. You're building on decisions, learning from setbacks, and keeping a clearer identity. For Chelsea and Manchester United, the immediate consequence is obvious. They're changing direction again, which means the next appointment carries even more weight. Because every new coach isn't just judged on results. He's judged on whether the club is finally giving him the structure and authority that the role demands. That's why the question at the end matters so much. Who will replace Amorim? And how will Liam Rosenior do at Chelsea? Because those answers will test the exact theme the show kept returning to. Time, support, structure, and control. And for Arsenal, it's a different kind of pressure. Stability doesn't guarantee trophies, but it does keep you in the fight longer. And right now, while others restart, Arsenal get to stay focused on what they're already doing, chasing the Premier League title.